under starlight's beam. Heroes rise in this night they gleam. Pages turn and as fate intertwines. Saturday night, it rewinds. Special tales broken by night city's electric light. As dark heroes fight, every moment feels so right. Welcome to that weekend thrill, where stories flash and dreams at will. In this world we take a fight. Saturday night special guide and a night wonders, heroes unite. Comics and anime and bring new light. Journey through panels and vibrant screens. This colorful tapestry.
Welcome. It's Saturday night, which means it's time for Saturday Night Special, the sixth best show on Renovision. With comments such as, "For the love of God, let your friend stay where he's at," SNS, and "that channel is a rest area toilet bowl, and you don't need any more stinking up the best comic YouTube show going. And this is an absolute terrible watch. Such douche chills." How about we check in with Jedi Johnson and see if he thinks the boys are ready to start the show?
But yeah, I still think we're more prepared than SNS, even with the rush we did on the show.
Well, shit, I hope you boys are ready to bring the mayhem, because an all-new episode of Saturday Night Special starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome. Pile all on in. We're all friends here to another episode of Saturday Night Special. I think we got a good show for you guys tonight. As always, we got the news, best and worst coverage of the week, anime, misconnections, and so much more. Sam Sticks, how are you boys doing this beautiful Saturday night?
I'm doing really good. Really good. I do want to start off with a little bit of tooting my own horn. Other than what you saw, other than what you heard already. Look at this. Look at this guy.
Got a champion in the house.
Championship. This thing weighs like 10 pounds, and it's huge. Can't even fit it all in. Here we go. Maybe
that's what she said.
Look at that.
Look at that. Can't fit it all in. That's what she said. Too much pee-pee. The opposite of Chad Ochocinco's problem.
Ochocinco. We were in action. And she said, go deeper. And what hurt me was I was already all the way in.
I ran out of pee-pee.
Yeah, we won. We won our championship. And we played 2 games today. We'll talk about it later, but played 2 games today. First game was like we played a team that we just beat 47-6. And then they came ready to play. They were ready to go. And it actually was like 47-34 or 35. Close game, or much more competitive, I'll say. But then then we had our championship game against another tough team, the only team that beat us this season. And we ended up winning 25-18. It was a tough game.
That's a close game.
Came down to we were up 19-18. And the last play of the game, they were going for a touchdown pass. We intercepted it and ran it back for a touchdown. All the way across the field. It was a full pick six, full field pick six. And they just called the game at that point, 25-18. It was amazing.
Wow.
Although the dad who does the recording hasn't posted the highlights yet. So once I get the clips, I'll put them together and we can look at them next week. But
he's too busy in his champagne bath celebration.
His kid is the quarterback, and we're probably all just really relieved.
Some say he's still on the field waiting for you all to carry him off, and he
like we worked really freaking hard last season and then this season to get this trophy. We ended up getting smoked in the championship last season. Some like 68 to 6. It was rough. We played a team that was 2 years older. Kids had already hit puberty. And they ended up, they were too old for our division anymore. So they moved them up to the next level. And we went 9-1. We went 9-1 this season. So most games we've ever played in a single season.
Hey, you're a champion now, so that means that the next time ASU is looking for a coach, probably next season, you're in contention now.
Oh no, what happened?
What?
I thought they had a great relationship with their coach.
They do, but it's ASU. They're gonna suck and probably end up firing their coach.
Yeah, he's a good coach. Dillingham's a good coach. I hope he sticks around a long time.
Robertson's next up on the docket.
Anyway, yeah, we had a great night. Ed was like, what did Ed say? He said, "I'm hoping to hear a segment on how Sam's kids were juiced up on Mountain Dew and won the championship." And legitimately, we've had problems in the past with double headers where the kids just kind of get gassed out in the second game. And so I had brought some energy drinks that had like 200 milligrams of caffeine in them.
Sugar them up.
I was like, hey parents, if your kids are getting a little low on energy, just get a little sip. This is coach's little pick me up.
Sam stopped at the gas station, got some gas station boner pills to get those kids ready and raring to go.
Performance enhancing drugs, sir.
We had to do what we had to do, and I don't think any of the kids actually had any, but my quarterback's
Oh no, he didn't have any.
It was like 90 degrees out today, and quarterback's head was just like he was hot, and so he was just like making weird decisions through like three interceptions, and then I was like, dude, what's going on with you? We got to cool you down. You're getting your brain fried. So we got out,
dumped energy drink
water on his head and cooled him off, and then we were able to finish the game.
Is 98 degrees even winter?
I mean, we don't really have winter like that in Phoenix. Sticks. Our winter is like, it's like 2 weeks between, Christmas and middle of January.
Yeah, but it's not normal for us to be at almost 100 degrees in February.
No, that is not normal, but it is normal in March. Spring break, we do usually hit 90.
Sam was like, "All right, kid, we got to calm you down. Come over here. Let me show you your first titty." All right.
It's a man's, but it'll work.
I just have to connect my VPN because we can't have Pornhub in Arizona because you have to show your driver's license. So let me get on my VPN so I can go to another state and then I can show you your first titty and you'll be all right.
Here's a AI picture of an AI picture of a girl in a bikini off Grok.
Here's an artist rendering my son did of what he thinks a titty looks like. What do you think about that?
It's just the Target logo.
It's the Target logo.
Well, that's good. Congratulations.
2 in Mesa.
Coach. Big coach. Tyson says it was a heat wave in New York today, 54.
Yeah, it was nice today.
Back down in the 20s tomorrow.
Yeah, well, enjoy it.
Yeah, because you guys are all snow. How much snow did you guys get there from that snowstorm, Sticks?
The one like a month ago?
No, the one like a few days ago.
We didn't get anything. I didn't get anything from that one. We got maybe a dusting, if anything.
The one where your mayor was asking for people, the mayor of New York City was asking people for 3 forms of ID to come shovel snow.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, $30 an hour, you shoveling snow? Why not?
Hope Dom took advantage of that. I got toys I gotta pay for. I gotta get out there and shovel some snow.
Dom can't even ride the subway without having issues. Put a shovel in his hand.
Tom can't even do his show on the internet without getting having issues.
Getting a cramp. Poor guy.
But
Hey, you guys been to this toy fair? You been to this toy fair? Oh man. Just wait.
have.
Just wait till our Fidel segment. I got some great new Fidel lore for our Fidel segment.
Okay.
hopefully someone reaches out to BK so he doesn't miss it. But before we get to Fidel, Sam, what do you got for us for a show started this week?
So this was kind of interesting. The Olympics wrapped up, the Winter Olympics wrapped up last week. But this story kind of hit a little bit later. Snoop Dogg was in Italy and his credit card was declined at an Italian restaurant. And I was like, bro is world famous, and his credit card still gets declined while he's on vacation. I'm like, I'm a nobody, and I am raising a big family, a big house full of kids. Every time I swipe the card, I'm like, please let it, please let it clear. Snoop Dogg still hasn't escaped that. What does it take? What does it take? Anyway, he went to this restaurant and they waived his fee, and then he gave them 5 free tickets to the snowboarding finals. And I was like, that's really what wealth is about. It's like, hey, yeah, I can't pay for my dinner, but I can get you into the Olympics for free. That's pretty cool. But when was the last time you felt poor?
Every day of my fucking life. Literally 5 minutes ago before coming on this show.
I tell you, the last time I felt rich was right after we refinanced the house and I had like 50 grand in the bank, and I didn't feel apprehension at swiping my card for the first time in like 5 years. It didn't last very long, but it was nice while it lasted. What about you, Sticks? How rich do you want to be?
I'd like to be comfortable where I don't want to be exorbitantly rich. I don't want people knocking on my door wanting money, but I want to be just enough to where
Sticks must be so rich he can go, oh man, it's hot. Let me just top my brow with this $100 bill.
I don't have any. I don't have a bag of money out here like Marco. So
Marco's money is all fake.
Throwing it at the screen.
Money.
When was the last time you felt rich, Sticks?
Last time I felt rich?
Yeah.
Probably when I got my taxes back last year, and then I had to pay all my taxes.
You got your taxes back?
I get taxes back, and then I go and I pay all my land tax and all that. So it's like maybe a day or so. I have a lot of money, and it's gone.
Yeah. What about you, Matt? When was the last time you felt rich?
Never.
Never felt rich.
No. The last time I felt comfortable, I would say, was 4 years, 2 kids, and a wife ago. That's about last time I felt comfortable.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever felt rich, but it was nice.
Now you're rich in new ways, Matt. You're rich in new ways.
Yeah.
You're turtle rich.
Yeah.
It was nice to be able to swipe a card and not worry about it.
That's all I want. I just want to know that my bills are paid and be able to just take a gas or go out to dinner and not have to look at my bank account and be like, oh shit, I don't have money for this. Or yeah, okay, I can just take money out of my savings for this. Or, oh yeah, okay, I don't have this birthday or that birthday coming out to pay for. We're good here. But no, well, one day.
Oh, Tyson, what a sweet.
All right, get the fuck out of here, Tyson.
What a sweetheart.
Yeah, we don't need no ass kissing, Tyson. All right.
To me, the irony of this Snoop Dogg anecdote is that he was in Italy taking in the Olympics in person, and his credit card was declined. And I was like, I wonder when was the last time he had a card swipe get declined.
And I bet you it was probably because his like card expired or something.
No, I bet it was like, hey, is this you? We're
Or
freeze
fraud,
purchasing.
yeah.
We're gonna a fraud alert. We're gonna freeze purchase until you clear it. And since he was in Italy, it was a little weird and it took some doing.
Yeah. Computers don't care what your name is. They just know, hey, he doesn't usually buy things from Italy.
Right.
Because he probably just
Flag.
couldn't go to his hotel room and get the fucking fat stack of cash he probably got there too, and just go pay for his bill, or because Venmo or Zelle isn't a thing. Be like, hey, yo, I'll Zelle you the money I owe you. Come on.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm having been to Italy myself. I will say my card was not one time declined in Italy. Every swipe was good. So I got one over on Snoop right now.
There you go.
Anyway, that's it.
I just want to be able to go to the comic book store and buy a book and be like, man, I can't afford this White Skies number one. I better put it back. Yeah.
White Sky first print. Only $50,000.
I can't afford this dork. I can't afford this new comic like the last 3 weeks it comes out and just explodes day one. Can't do it anymore. Can't afford all these buy sticks. Can't afford all these variants, all these blind bags. Hi, sticks. But
I don't know what those.
All right. We got some good news to talk about today. So let's get into a little bit of news. Our first story tonight is Scott Snyder reveals the new look at the absolute Scarecrow. Most fans and critics generally agree that Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta have breathed new life into Batman, delivering a bold reinvention of the Dark Knight for a new generation of comic book fans. Fans have seen terrifying versions of Poison Ivy, Bane, Joker, Penguin, Killer Croc, and more in the pages of Absolute Batman. And up next will be an interesting new take on Dr. Jonathan Crane, aka Scarecrow. Previously, the fear-themed villain was partially revealed via an early solicitation, but at a special event in Trinity Comics, comic book subscribe, Scott Snyder shared a new look at artist Nick Dragotta's design of Absolute Scarecrow. The latest Batman rogue to receive an absolute treatment will make his debut in Absolute Batman 19. Previously, Snyder disclosed that he's planning for Absolute Batman to last 35 to 40 issues. Of course, that could be just Scott Snyder's run on the series, and DC Comics could always keep the series going with a different writer. The Absolute Poison Ivy arc ends with Absolute Batman 18, and Absolute Batman Scarecrow kicks off in Absolute Batman 19. It's a sweet design, real cool. Here's the one drawback on this Absolute books, and I don't know, are you reading Absolute Batman Sticks?
No.
I don't feel like we're getting enough time with these villains. Like, we are churning and burning through Batman's rogues. Like, we had a whole arc with Bane, but we got 2 issues with the Joker. Like, he makes appearances, but we got 2 Joker focused issues. We're gonna get 2. We got 2. We had like 4 or 5 Black Mask issues. We had like 2 issues for Victor Freeze. We got a shit ton of issues for Bane. We've gotten 2 Joker issues. We're gonna get 2 Poison Ivy issues and
2 for Killer Croc, right?
2 for Killer Croc was kind of in the mix of Bane. He wasn't really even like, I wouldn't even really call that like,
he wasn't centralized. He was kind of
he wasn't centralized. So and he's gonna end the series. I mean, I think he just ends it. There's no if you're gonna go past 40, you got to keep Scott Snyder on this book. Like, I don't think anybody else can do this world or build this world the way Scott Snyder's building it. So it just, I don't like how we're churning and burning through Batman's rogues gallery in this universe. Like, I wish we'd get a little bit more time with him than we are. Like, Harley Quinn appeared in a couple issues and she's not even centralized. Like, it's, I don't know. It feels like we're flying through these villains, and we have even gotten like a lot of time with like the Penguin as he is now, or Riddler, or Two-Face.
Would you say that the story is suffering because of it, or is it still
No.
staying on par?
No, I think it's been on par. I just don't think that, I think by the sheer price the number ones are commanding right now, like $300 plus almost right now. It's the story's not suffering. It's just you're not getting a lot of depth with these characters, and they're not really getting flushed out in 2 issues. So,
oh yeah,
and now we're gonna get the Court of Owls in the next issue, and so what? That they're gonna be 1 issue. Are they gonna be like Killer Croc and be an underlying background character? I don't know. I don't think it's the story suffered, but I just, like I said, I feel like we're just churning and burning through these rogues galleries, especially if they're going to try and do it in 40 issues, and we're already at issue 18.
Yeah, maybe they're building to something.
And if you're reading the KO stuff, you already know how the universe, what happens, and what they're building to, because KO is set in the future. Because they go and they pull the absolute trinity from a future time, not current. So that's how they got around not having the events of KO spoil what's going on in absolute. But, I don't know. Absolute Scarecrow looks pretty cool. Let us know what you think. It's far.
Got those Coraline eyes.
Yeah, Grant Morrison to take over. I don't know, man. I don't know if I would want. I think if anyone's going to take over, I think I would want it to be Joshua Williamson, someone who's working on like KO and working very closely with Scott Snyder. I don't really want like Grant Morrison or, God forbid, more elder abuse and have God, why can't I think of his name all of a sudden?
Frank Miller.
Frank Miller, thank you. Brain farted, but I don't know.
You had me at elder abuse.
Yeah, I figured you would get it when I said elder abuse. But all right, moving on. We got our first look at the God of War TV show for Amazon, and let's just say it is not receiving stellar reviews by fans of the God of War franchise. Sony Pictures Television. What's that?
Yeah, why? I saw that too. Hopefully you'll explain it, but
yeah,
that was the thing. It's like, what's going on there?
Sony Pictures Television and Amazon MGM Studios have announced the production has begun for the upcoming Prime Video series God of War. With that comes the first look image of star Ryan Hurst and Callum Vinson in the roles of Kratos and Atreus, the iconic characters they portray in the live action adaptation of Sony's massive popular ancient mythology themed God of War video game. It's also been confirmed today that Emmy Award winning director Frederick E. Otoy, who did Shogun, The Boys, and Fallout, has signed on to direct the series' first 2 episodes. At the first glance, the show is visually very faithful to the video game it's based on, similar to our first look at Prime Video's Tomb Raider series. It's hard not to think cosplay when looking at an image like this. However, fans demand faithful adaptations, and that's exactly what God of War has delivered. Hurst looks leaner than the video game Kratos, which is a problem. He's got a dad bod. Kratos is jacked, and this Ryan Hurst has got a dad bod. So unless they're gonna like digitally add muscles to him in post, he's got a dad bod. People are complaining about the beard, that the beard looks very scraggly and weak compared to Kratos's. Some fans on social media are already complaining that this photo with him hunched over was chosen as a first look. Hopefully, we can look forward to seeing some slightly more epic imagery as work on this small screen adaptation continues. The series, which has received a 2-season order, follows the father and son Kratos and Atreus as they embark on a journey to spread the ashes of their wife and mother, Faye. Through their adventures, Kratos tries to teach his son to be a better god, while Atreus tries to teach his father how to be a better human. So that's kind of what it is. Is they're complaining about Kratos having a dad bod and him not looking as jacked and having a proper beard and the little I can't ever pronounce his name right. Atreus or
Atreus.
Atreus. Thank you. He should have more of a shaved head instead of having like a bed head. He looks like I don't know if you know who Nick Frost is. I'm sure you do. He looks like someone shrunk Nick Frost. So if Bella Ramsey isn't the little boy, I'm out.
Well, I guess you're out.
Be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad.
If Rob Liefeld does anything in the absolute universe, I'm out. I will start boycotting comics.
Absolute tiny feet.
Yeah, absolute no feet. But I mean,
well, okay. Here's the thing: Amazon Prime did a really good job with the Fallout series. They did not do that good of a job with the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power.
How am I going to grab you by the short hairs?
But you know, this could work. I don't know. It's about story. It's about character. You know.
Yeah, but with the video game adaptation, we saw it with Sonic. The video game fans are very particular about how these characters look and wanting to look a certain way and be a certain way. And I get it especially with God of War. It's a massive franchise. So
yeah, but I think there's a big distinction between the gross Sonic design they had. You know, that was weird. That Sonic design they had was weird compared to what they ended up with. So this just seems to be like a difference of scale rather than of kind. You know, he still looks like someone trying to be God of War and not like some creepy half realistic version of it. So,
well, I still think it plays on that he needs to be more jacked. He's pretty much got a dad bod. He should definitely be more chiseled.
Well, maybe they're going for like a Mr. Incredibles type storyline where he gets jacked along the way.
Maybe, but you would think that it felt like, I don't know. It almost feels like the way things have progressed that they were just not as far. Like, I don't know if Amazon was like, look, we need to start shooting now. So you need to cast someone and get them in. Because you would think like, okay, well, this person's been cast. They're going to have a couple of months to bulk up or a year to bulk up before filming starts. And there are like, they just announced him like last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And here's another question. Has it even begun filming or is this just like a screen test?
No, they have begun filming. This is their first look at filming from episode 1.
All right. I don't know. It doesn't look that as bad as the first Sonic release to me, but you know, whatever.
People going to complain.
Yeah, that's true.
Boy.
And it's interesting that they're going, for me as a fan of the game, I think it's interesting that they're picking up following the story of the most recent Sony games, and they're not going to go back as far as like the original God of War games, and maybe they will, where the reason Kratos is white is because those are the ashes of his first family that are all killed. And he's cursed to have their ashes stain his skin. So then he goes and meets Faye, and they have their new son. So this is like his second family, and it's interesting that they're following the new Sony game, the new God of War stuff versus the old stuff first. But maybe we'll see all that in flashback and all that. Who knows? But there you go.
They might figure people know that story already. So let's continue on from where we're at.
And they can weave in the older stories as like flashbacks, you know.
Yeah, just like you said, flashbacks, definitely.
There's just a lot of good God of War stuff out there.
I mean, to be inclusive, I mean, how many times have we said we don't need another Superman origin? People, once you start retelling the origin left and right, so maybe they just said, let's skip over the origin. People can go to the video games for that, and we'll just continue on from the most recent iteration.
Well, I don't think we'll have to worry about another Superman origin story, if another Superman movie at all, with the news over the last couple of days. So we'll see. But that brings us into nice segue there, Sticks. Paramount plans for Warner Bros. Discovery, HBO Max, and AI production in DC Studios revealed as Netflix backed out of the deal because, keep
up.
They gave up. Paramount came back with a $77 million offer, and Netflix said that was too rich for our blood and backed out. And now Warner Brothers is going to take the Paramount deal. Netflix will not purchase Paramount Skydance, will not match Paramount Skydance's offer for Warner Brothers Discovery, leaving the Ellison family-owned studio to acquire the company's film, television, and cable network assets. According to Bloomberg, Paramount intends to keep much of the company intact, with chief executive officers and controlling shareholders David Ellison set to keep the creative teams for both Warner Brothers Pictures and HBO in place. That likely bodes well for DC Studio CEOs James Gunn and Peter Safran. I disagree with that. The biggest change would be a consolidation of marketing and distribution teams. Interestingly, Ellison plans to merge HBO Max into the existing Paramount Plus streaming platform, kind of like what Disney's doing with Hulu. So HBO Max will be no more creating one service featuring the libraries of both companies to make Paramount Plus more compelling for subscribers. The report also reveals that Ellison will leverage artificial intelligence to produce more movies and TV shows and intends to release 30 films a year from the combined companies. He's a big supporter of the theatrical experience.
He's going to create AI slop.
Yes, he is.
Feature-length AI slop.
Yes, well,
don't take this deal. I don't care how much money it is.
This is crazy. Like this deal was inked. The big winner.
I thought it was done.
Big winner here is Netflix. Big winner here is Netflix. Netflix got almost $3 billion out of this breakup. They really were not. The market was not friendly with them because while the deal was still pending, their stock price kept dropping and dropping. And the minute the deal fell through and they got their payout, their stock shot way up again. So Netflix is the big winner here. We'll see what happens with Warner Brothers. I don't think this is going to be good for James Gunn and Peter Safran.
Tyson says goodbye, James Gunn.
He's out. He's going to be gone.
I don't know.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Tyson, on the Ellisons. They have a certain loyalty, and the latest Superman movie probably rubbed them the wrong way. So I do not see them sticking around for very long.
And I mean, I can't believe that they're letting them create such a monopoly in the entertainment industry, because I didn't even know that he was behind part of the group that bought 80% of TikTok in the US.
Yep.
And then they own what was the other one they just bought? They just bought another company, didn't they?
CBS Paramount.
Yeah, CBS Paramount, which is CNN and like all these other news networks. And now you're buying WB. So It'll be interesting to see what they do with the comics division if that gets touched. Although I don't think the comics division was part of this deal, but who knows? It's just going to make Paramount Plus more expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I guess it'll consolidate though. It'll consolidate what you're buying. The two things you're getting one.
Well, and they already have Showtime as part of Paramount Plus. So it is just he's gonna create AI slop. We're gonna get AI superhero movies. It's just gonna, I don't know, man. This whole deal.
It's gonna suck.
It sounds sucky to me. Yeah.
The next thing they're gonna do is buy an AI creation platform and just start churning out this.
If I want AI sloppy movies, I'll ask Carde to make them for us.
I don't think very many people subscribe to Paramount Plus, unless you're a big Star Trek fan. But that's where all this.
I have it for local channels.
I have it. Yeah, I watch my wife and I watch Ghosts, so I have it just for that.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. We'll have to see at this point. Cable should just come back. Yeah, pretty much. We'll have to see what that means for DC and James Gunn moving forward. But yeah, I mean, I thought I was the same boat, Sticks. I thought it was a done deal too. And then Paramount's just like, oh, we're just going to keep throwing money at you. We don't want to take this. We don't want to take this lying down. We're just going to keep throwing money at you. And I think, like Sam said, Netflix did the right thing and being like, oh, well, that's too rich for our blood. See you later.
Well, there was that whole thing with Paramount was they weren't even using their money. They were borrowing the money to buy it, and
it's just all.
So I thought that cracked the deal because they didn't want to deal with that, and they were already passing out emails. Oh, we took over and blah blah blah. And
that's the other thing that I left off here because I didn't want to get political. Because Cosmo says regulators still haven't approved the deal. The CEO of Netflix apparently went to the White House like days before it was announced that Paramount made this other offer. And there's a lot of speculation that he was told things he didn't want to hear about that deal not going through. So that's why Netflix backed out too. So, because Ellison and Trump are boys. So that's pretty much means it's going to get pushed through. So
same thing with the TikTok deal. It's exactly what happened with the TikTok deal.
It's all political bullshit. You are 100% right, Tyson.
Sadly true. Sadly very true.
Sony boss confirms live action Spider-Verse will be rebooted after previous box office flops. Sony Pictures partnered with Marvel Studios in 2015 to bring Spider-Man into the MCU. Starting with Captain America Civil War, the web slinger's popularity on the rise, Sony decided to move forward with its own spider adjacent projects. Starting with Venom in 2018, the movie bombed with fans and critics, but made $156.1 million worldwide. The sequel, Venom Let There Be Carnage, and Venom The Last Dance grossed less, $506.8 million and $478.9 million. So they are progressively down movie after movie, respectively. But were still moderate hits. Outside of the Lethal Protector, Sony found little success. Morbius made only $167.5 million. It's Morbin time, baby. And that's even with a return to theaters because everybody was busy when that original release happened, right?
No,
isn't it again?
They were busy with the second return to theaters too.
Yeah. Madam Web followed with $100.5 million, and Kraven the Hunter was the biggest flop with a lot of a mere $62 million. I think by that time everybody knew what kind of slop they were getting with these movies, and they just decided not to go.
Oh, this is garbage.
Shortly after the movie released at the end of 2024, we heard that Sony had shelved all of its live-action spin-offs to focus on Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man Brand New Day. Taking on the town with Matt Boley, Sony CEO Tom Rothman was asked if the studio will go back to live-action Spider-Verse, to which he responded yes. When it was put to him that it would be a fresh reboot, the executive once again replied with a brief yes. A recurring issue with the movies listed above was that involvement with of producers Avi Arad and Matt Tomlin Polmech, Jesus Christ. Depending on how Spider-Man Noir is received later this year, it's easy to imagine Phil Lord and Christopher Miller being tasked with hitting the reset button on the franchises. Rothman also commented briefly on the long await for Spider-Man Brand New Day, noting the scarcity has value. You've got to make the audience miss you, he added. I'll just tell you this. There are two people about whom I would say this, and maybe more if I think about it, but there are two that come to the top of my mind. Never bet against James Cameron and never bet against Kevin Feige. He knows what he's doing. Pushed to weigh in on the Marvel Studios' recent struggles, Rothman said they've engaged course correction, less television. I think it was the television and the elaborateness of all that interconnection that made you have to be so inside, or else you felt excluded.
Mm-hmm.
And that was
True.
that was a mandate that Feige was given by a prior administration at Disney. He's a good corporate soldier, so he did what he was asked to do. Rothman noted, but I think he knows very well that now a degree less will be more, and it was still much more. Have no worries for Avengers Doomsday, guys. Oof. So we're gonna reboot the Sony slop, and if I have a feeling they reboot their new universe with Miles Morales as their Spider-Man. I think they have to in order to keep the rights. I think they have to make a movie every few years to keep the rights to Spider-Man. But I think they let Marvel have Tom Holland, they let Marvel have Peter Parker, and they move forward with Miles Morales as their Spider-Man, even though I'm sure Kevin Feige wants Miles in his universe as well.
Yeah, at some point, sure.
I think they move forward with Miles Morales here, and they potentially do a Into the Spider-Verse type movie where, technically,
they gotta finish it first.
No. I mean, like a live action, like Spider-Man, like based on the Spider-Man comic book run. They might do that where like Miles or Peter gets sucked into that universe and him and Miles meet, even though technically they're in that same universe still, unless they go with a different version of Miles. But I think that's how they get around it. They let Marvel play with Peter Parker, and they move forward with this universe with Miles Morales, because I think they've learned that these characters, there's two instances that these characters don't work. They don't work without Spider-Man, and they don't work as anti-heroes. Like you can have a movie. I would be totally cool with a movie where it's focused on a villain and they make you sympathize with the villain, like they did with Thanos. And Spider-Man, it's the villain going after Spider-Man. So it's like from the villain's perspective. But you can't make these movies where you have to try and make someone else the villain of this villain's story and make you care about it and push that through.
Yeah.
Like who are you making the villain of Morbius' story other than Dracula, I guess? Like it just doesn't work without a Spider-Man of some sort. So hopefully they learn from that. Hopefully on that reboot, they have some form of Spider-Man, even if it's like a Gwen Stacy or just something like that. This universe just doesn't work.
Well, I don't agree with that. I think it could really work. The movies like John Wick give us kind of a template for how to make these things work. You have to create a very cool world, like the Continental is a very cool world because it has these rules and it has these
it's a cool world inside of a world.
Yeah, and you could do that, but the thing that I think it was lacking was some thread that tied everything together. And the thread could be Oscorp, right? Because they're all basically, I forget what they call it, but the genetic engineering that Oscorp does and all the different kind of scientific research that it's doing could be the thing that ties everything together, because Morbius could have been a researcher for Oscorp, and Kraven could have been, kind of an acquisition hunter for things for Oscorp. That would be something that kind of ties it all together in kind of the same kind of Continental vibe, like John Wick. And then you have in John Wick 4, you have this conflict between two very, very cool characters. And then they did the spinoff with the ballerina. And that's kind of the template. All of those have been really cool movies about really cool characters with really, violent. They're very violent movies, and they're very anti-hero-y, and so that's kind of a template. I wish they would kind of take a cue or take a page out of the John Wick playbook and just let them be violent, but set them kind of on the chessboard of the Continental, but instead of the Continental, it's Oscorp, and there's all these kind of like high-tech sciencey things holding them together.
But so my rebuttal to that is I don't know if that works in Marvel, because you have a template for these villains. You already know the backstory you don't have that for John Wick. So John Wick is a sandbox you can play in and do whatever you want, where there's some sort of template or expectation with these villains where you're like, okay, well, this, like, Venom is Venom as we know him because of the symbiote's want and need to be back with Peter Parker. So because when Peter Parker rejects him, that's why he attaches to Eddie Brock, someone who also hates Peter Parker, and he becomes Venom. He gets all of his essential spider powers from his time with Peter Parker. So, like, Spider-Man is always that, like, to use a term for Marvel, he's that, anchor being for all of this. So you kind of need him for all of this. Otherwise it doesn't work, as we saw. Like, Venom having spider powers and web slinging and all that doesn't make sense. And looking the way he looks doesn't make sense because he gets that look from being attached to Spider-Man.
Sure.
Like Kraven the Hunter. You were completely missed the mark with that character. He's going after poachers and he gets attacked by a radioactive lion and gets lion blood.
He makes out with the radioactive lion. This is crazy.
So it just, you have to give us a reason to care about these characters and a villain that makes sense. I mean, if they wanted to come in, create their own character for this kind of stuff, just set in that universe, and they have run-ins with these other villains, okay, like, that makes sense, I guess, if you're playing with your own toys. But you're playing with someone else's toys here that already have a established and very fruitful backstories. So I don't know. He looks weird without the symbol. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe they could do a little of both.
We shall see. And we'll see what Brand New Day does, because they're about to run the gambit with everybody in Brand New Day. So, because you're supposed to get Scorpion, Tarantula, just everybody and their brother in Brand New Day now. So we'll see what happens and how people come out after Brand New Day. July 31st. G.I. Joe is back in the news as they are looking to reboot this franchise and come out with another movie. And they have tapped disgraced Chronicle writer Max Landis to pen the new movie for Paramount. 7 years after being canceled during the Me Too movement, Max Landis is set to make a Hollywood comeback. The controversial writer has been hired to pen a new G.I. Joe movie for Paramount, and the studio has also enlisted Danny McBride, which is interesting, to write a G.I. Joe movie, to work on a separate script, with both projects potentially being combined down the line. As far as we know, the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover movie we heard first about in 2024 is still moving forward, despite previous misfires. Paramount clearly sees value in this franchise. 2029's G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, grossed over $300 million worldwide, but was not well received by fans and critics. A sequel, G.I. Joe Retaliation, was released in 2013, grossing $375 million. Reboot Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins hit theaters in 2021. It was a critical and commercial flop. Do we need another G.I. Joe movie? Another live-action G.I. Joe movie?
Yes, we do.
Why?
The Baroness.
Well, okay. Sydney Sweeney as the Baroness.
Now you're talking. I like where your head's at. Sienna Miller in tights will stick with me forever.
Or Gina Carano as the Baroness.
Okay, yeah, Matt. Now we're talking. Let's get a muscle mommy in those pleather tights. Let's do it.
She looks smoking now, dude. All of her fight shit against Ronda Rousey.
Oh yeah, all the promos,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, yeah. Imagine her dressed up like the Baroness. Come on, bro. You kidding me?
I think Danny McBride writing a script is very interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely where that's like a Seth Rogen taking on the Ninja Turtles. You know?
Yeah. Like I love Danny McBride stuff. Like I like This Is the End. I love Vice Principals, Eastbound and Down, Righteous Gemstones, but I don't know about G.I. Joe.
Yeah, unless they want to be really, really humorous.
Yeah. And they
Unless
tried
want
that
to
with
be-
Marlon Wayans and it didn't work.
Right.
But
Yeah,
Yeah.
they killed him off in the sequel.
No, they killed everybody off in the sequel.
They killed everybody off in the sequel.
speaking of Marlon Wayans, did you see the trailer for the next Scary Movie leaked?
Yeah.
Have you watched it yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, it looks so funny.
It does. I just saw a little bit because they were like, "Yeah, Scream 7," but really, it's where Scary Movie 6 teaser is going to drop.
Yeah. People are just recording the teaser. It hadn't even been put online yet other than leaks, people recording it from the theater. But it looks really funny. They're going after everything. So
Good. Like dragging out a franchise for 7 movies. Scream. Hello.
yeah. They make a joke about that in the movie, like because there's one point where one of the characters is like, "What's Scream without Nev Campbell?" And Marlon Wayans' character is like, "Scream 6."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point.
but it looks hilarious, and it looks like we might be in for a rejuvenation of spoof movies.
Good.
Um,
They were popular at one time.
But that's it. That's all of our news. Now we're gonna hand it over to Mr. Sam I Am to fill us in on some big news in anime. Watch yours.
There we go. Nice. All right. So first up, we did get more information about Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, which is the sequel series to JJK. It is just about wrapped up. The super climax of the series is coming next issue. We have chapter 23 coming this issue, and then 24 is going to be the big climax, and then it will probably end with chapter 25. And there's a big chance that it will end with the elimination of cursed energy and the end of cursed spirits or curses on Earth. So we'll see what Yuji Itadori has planned or what Gege Akutami has planned for this series, but it's wrapping up in just a couple weeks. All right, then we have the confirmation of the air date for a series that I've been following along in Shonen Jump. It's called Akane Banashi, which is about the Japanese art of storytelling called Rakugo. And the anime was going to do like a big premiere event in Boston and New York at some conventions. And they finally dropped when the air date is going to be, which is April 5th. It will probably hit Crunchyroll or other similar platforms around the same time. But it looks gorgeous. It looks like a great series. And hopefully it has the same kind of charm as the manga. So look forward to Akane Banashi coming out in April. All right, next up, we've got some more character leaks. Now, the Netflix season 2 of the Netflix One Piece live action has been dropping all kinds of lore that we didn't get reading the series week to week or watching the anime week to week till much, 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 much later. So they're trying to kind of build those same Easter eggs, those payoffs that come much later in the story for the manga only or the anime only crowd. They're trying to build them in now so that we can get that same payoff, but much sooner. One of the characters that eventually becomes a big part of the Straw Hat crew of One Piece is named Brook, and he's a skeleton. And he has some role to play during the events of season 2 that you will see. But there's other characters too. Like there's one called Bartolomeo. There's another one called Sabo. There's another one that they leaked, Ace, Port Custody Ace. These are all characters that have bigger roles to play in the future, but they keep planting cameos and Easter eggs as the series is going along. So I'm really excited for season 2 that's dropping March 10th, which is only just 10 days away from today, which is a Wednesday. Or Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. And this guy, Marshall T. Botchaman, is going to be playing Brooke, who is going to be a big character in the future. It also tells me that they're planning on many seasons. We would expect this guy to probably appear in season 7 of the show. So let's hope that it goes all the way to season 7 so we can see this seed get planted and pay off. All right, and then our last bit of news, we got, is this the last one? No, second to last. We got new Pokemon Winds and Waves games coming out for the Switch 2 in 2027. The Pokemon live stream on Friday announced new mainline games, and they announced 3 new starter Pokemon. We got Brout, who is a grass type. You got Pombon, which is the fire type, and you got Gekwa, which is a water type. And they're adorable. I like the dog one in the middle. It looks very cute, and I can't wait to see how this game plays out. It looks really cool. So
Yeah, they need a punch.
They need a punch. Someone was like, "Oh, let's see what the evolutions look like," and they were all the one that the wrestler one, the fire cat wrestler one, and I was like, "Oh, that's hilarious." Anyway, I think they look great. All right, let's move on. Last bit of no, you're going too fast. What?
There's nothing there.
What the heck? Okay, well, there's.
Don't look at me. Oh, I didn't.
Got to maybe refresh the slideshow, but
Yep, that worked.
all right. Let me grab my phone just a second.
Nope. Dead slides.
Well, somebody must have messed around with the slides, or the slide deck got messed up. Alrighty. All right, so that was the last bit of news, but the next piece up is Chainsaw Man. So we got Chainsaw Man making some progress. I'll show you the slide there. There we go. All right, so he's had some really rough times, and Yoru, who is the god of war, says, "You're fine with just being friends?" And he says, "I want a friend I can have sex with." And then Yoru says, "I'll let you have sex with me." And he's like, "Hell yeah." So that's our manga update with Chainsaw Man.
Woo.
And then
Getting his chainsaw polished.
in the next slide is our high fidelity.
No, it's Dean Tales.
No, it should be. The slide should be. I'll just show you. Right here. My man Fidel was at Dodgeball this week, and you can see he's lost a ton of weight. He has not shipped off to Iran, thank goodness, because the naval base in Iran got blown up or got attacked. But here's the new Fidel lore. So everybody needs to go get BK, but new Fidel lore. We were driving. I went to pick him up. He's like, hey, you can come get me, or can you come get me? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll come get you. And then as I'm pulling in, I see him climbing into an Uber. I'm like, what the heck, dude? What the heck? You can't wait 10 minutes for me to get here? And he's like, oh, yeah, sorry. So he cancels his ride, cancels his Uber. I was like, dude, that would piss me off.
Yeah, it probably did. It probably got him a 2-star review.
And then he hops into my car and he's like, hey, yo, what up, Sam? I haven't seen you in a year. Haven't seen you in a whole year. I was like, what the heck? What's with your accent, dude? He's like, oh, you know me. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from being in the Navy. They told me to embrace who I was. So I'm embracing my Brooklyn accent. I was like, what? I was like, when were you in Brooklyn? He's like, when I was 13, I went and lived with my uncles, and now I have a Brooklyn accent. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, man, I love it. I dig it. I dig the accent. Let's lean into it. And the more he kept talking, then it started going into like a Boston accent. He's like, what did he say? He's like, oh yeah, we need to go get my car. I need to get a car out of the yard. And
I parked my car in Harvard Yard.
Are we gonna park the car over here in the car park? And I was like, oh geez, this is hilarious. I was like, so is it Brooklyn or is it Boston? He's like, hey, you know me. So
yep, we know.
It was great to see Fidel. He's doing really well. He's gonna be here another week, and so we didn't actually get to play dodgeball because we play at a church and somebody died this week and they had a funeral set up in the gym where we usually play. So we get there, we pop in and we're like, oh man, I guess we can't move the body out of here. That'd be weird.
Should have played around it. Should have just threw over it.
So we just
put him in the center. He could be the center line.
We just took Fidel back home, but it was pretty funny.
Him laying hold the ball.
Fidel, I'll tell you this: Fidel has grown up a lot in the Navy. I'm really proud of him for the strides he's made towards, whatever goals he's had. He's planning on being in the Navy for a long time. But it is good.
Did he smell like weed when he got in your car?
He didn't. He smelled like fresh laundry.
Oh, that's good.
He smelled very nice, and my sons who are with me were very relieved because we've had times where we picked him up and what he smelled like was that he had left his clothes in the washer for a week.
Oh yeah, musty and
it was just like, what are we doing, dude?
Rolled on the windows.
So it was rough.
What do your kids call him? Do they just call him Fidel, or they call? Is he like Uncle Fidel?
Shit.
No, they don't call him Uncle Fidel. We don't call him Uncle Fidel. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I don't have any highlights to share, so we'll just move on.
We'll move on to mega character matchup where we have Black Bolt versus Kraven the Hunter. Sam, why don't you refresh the people on Kraven?
Yeah, sure. We've got, let me zoom in a little bit. He's got an 80 out of 100 for intelligence, 60 for strength, 65 for speed, 70 for durability, 75 for agility, 80 for reflexes, 90 for combat skill, 85 for stamina, 95 for stealth, 85 for weapon mastery, and tactical prep is 95. So he's got 2 skills that are just shy of 100. He's
Very.
what they call a formidable opponent.
And Black Bolt.
Now we've got Black Bolt. Black Bolt has an 85 out of 100 for intelligence, highly strategic ruler, deep scientific and cosmic understanding. He's a 90 out of 100 for strength. He can augment strength via electron manipulation, among the strongest in humans. His speed is 80 out of 100. He has superhuman movement and hypersonic flight. 95 out of 100 for durability. Can withstand cosmic level impacts and energy blasts. His energy projection is top of the charts. His voice can 100 out of 100. His voice can destroy mountains or planets, electron blasts, rival top tier cosmic beings. Combat skill is 70. He's trained but relies more on power than martial arts. His stamina is 95 out of 100. Inhuman physiology allows prolonged combat and energy output. Agility is 70 out of 100. Enhanced but not his primary attribute. The reflex is 85. The superhuman reactions can perceive and respond to high-speed threats. Cosmic awareness is 80. Limited precognition and awareness of cosmic disturbances. Electron manipulation. He can channel, shape, and weaponize electrons for various effects. But of course, the thing he's known best for is his voice destructive potential. 100 out of 100. A whisper can level cities. A scream can destroy planets.
All right. The scenario.
All right. I have to say going in, this doesn't seem like a level playing field. But here we go. The location is a remote uninhabited island in the North Atlantic. Black Bolt is here to stabilize an unstable energy rift. Kraven, hired by a shadowy organization, as always, as ever, that wants a sample of Black Bolt's electron manipulating biology. Biology arrives believing he's hunting the ultimate prey. Kraven knows nothing about the voice. He only knows the readings say power beyond any creature on Earth. He prepares accordingly. Kraven spends days studying Black Bolt from afar, noting his meditative stillness, his lack of verbal communication, his energy fluctuations, his reliance on calm emotional control. Kraven builds a plan around disruption, not domination. Sonic dampeners to interfere with electron manipulation, tranquilizer. He has all kinds of sonic dampeners. You know, these things, that's like his get out of jail free card. Tranquilizer cocktails designed for cosmic physiology. Oh, thank goodness he has tranquilizer cocktails designed for cosmic physiology. Nets woven with vibranium mesh, camouflage, and scent masking. Like, who cares, dude? You're going up against, the voice of God. Okay, whatever. Battlefield of traps designed to force Black Bolt into predictable movement. Kraven believes he can force a submission. He is wrong, but he gets closer than any human should. Round 1. Fight! Kraven strikes with a vibranium-tipped spear, a sonic disruptor, a barrage of electrified nets. Black Bolt reacts instantly, using electron manipulation to create a silent shockwave that vaporizes the nets and sends Kraven flying. Kraven survives, barely, thanks to a potion-enhanced durability. We've seen that move before. Black Bolt raises a hand, signaling a warning. It's like Jonathan Kent when the tornado's coming. Black Bolt raises a hand, signaling a warning. Kraven misreads it as hesitation. He presses the attack. Kraven uses the terrain to stay mobile, forcing Black Bolt into close quarters where his voice is unusable. He lands several hits, pressure point strikes, toxins, and even a spear that pierces Black Bolt's armor. For a moment, Black Bolt is genuinely surprised. Kraven roars, "Even gods can bleed."
Oh, look who just showed up after the Fidel segment.
Black Bolt's eyes glow. He has decided the hunt is over. Black Bolt unleashes a controlled electron burst that disarms Kraven, a gravitational pulse that pins him to the ground, a silent concussive wave that shatters Kraven's armor. He never uses his voice. He doesn't need to. Kraven tries to rise, broken ribs, shattered gear, bleeding heavily, but Black Bolt places a single finger to his lips. The meaning is clear. If I speak, you die. Kraven, for the first time in his life, accepts defeat. Winner, Black Bolt, effortlessly. Black Bolt wins decisively because his electron manipulation alone is enough to incapacitate Kraven. His durability and energy output are far beyond anything Kraven can meaningfully damage. His voice, even a whisper, would atomize Kraven instantly. He can fly, generate force fields, and unleash cosmic level blasts. Kraven's traps and toxins cannot overcome Black Bolt's power scale. So our winner and new champion is Black Bolt.
Finally, Kraven goes down. Like Fidel, who was deported from Arizona to New York, we're gonna have to see who Black Bolt.
Hey, yo,
might
we
be.
got a new winner here. We got a new winner. His name's Black Bolt, Black Brooklyn. We call it Brooklyn back in the day, back when I was a kid.
Rogue. Oh,
Hey,
that should be an
Rogue.
interesting fight.
Rogue versus Black Bolt. That's gonna be crazy.
That should be a real interesting fight down the pipeline. Rogue versus Black Bolt. Next week on Dragon Ball Z. That brings us to our best and worst covers of the week. And kicking us off for the worst covers of the week, we have this Moonstar #1, Marcus Martin cover. Looks like she's been hit in the face with a frying pan. Took a brick to the dome piece. Not a great cover. What do you think of that cover, Samuel?
I don't really like it that much.
Then we got this Nicholas Draper Ivory Batman Static Beyond cover. Fucking just look at it. Static is packing. He is absolutely packing some heat down there between the thighs. Look at these biceps on him too.
Good grief. That's like a huge cod piece he's got going on there.
Oh yeah. He's definitely got an eggplant down there.
Man.
I mean, who wouldn't love a superhero costume with just some neck pillow support right there too?
Yeah, for sure. He could fly endlessly without ever getting a crick in his neck.
Gotta be comfy.
It kind of looks like the artist started to draw Black Panther, especially like the gauntlets and the hands. Let's draw Black Panther. Oh, you're supposed to be drawing Static. He's like, oh, fuck. All right, let me just throw a giant life jacket on him and we'll be all right. We'll give him a massive cod piece in return. Not a big fan of that. Then we got this cover B on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Godzilla. The Juan Ba variant. It literally looks like this Donatello has a dick on his head.
I was gonna say it looked like Metalhead as Mecha Godzilla, but yeah, it's Donatello for sure.
It's the Michelin Man.
That looks so bizarre.
Yeah, it's not great. And then we got this Lucas Warnick on Iceman Omega.
Oh, dude, he's having a heck of a time. He's like, this is the best time I've ever had. Look at me sliding down my own ice beam.
It looks like he's throwing a fart at you. Yeah, it looks like he's cupping. He looks like he's cupping and ass blasting it at you.
He's having just the best time. It's that time of my life. I mean,
Living his best life. Yep.
He looks like Ellen. He looks like Ellen DeGeneres.
He does look like Ellen DeGeneres. Yes. And then, of course, we got this Young Bloods #4 by Rob Liefeld.
Oh my gosh. This looks so
What I want to know, and maybe it's just pure Rob Liefeld talent, that how does this guy up here who has really no face have the same facial expression as everybody else?
Oh, you nailed it. I was thinking the same thing. It's like he has no face, and yet the same face as everyone else.
Everyone else. And just look at look at the size of this shoulder and then his skinny little arm. Like, look at his little T-Rex arms.
He's so funny. Oh
That pouch is bigger than his schlong right here. Like, what are we doing?
This is so funny, dude.
I love how big his calves are, or how big his thighs are, and then he's got these little itty bitty calves.
It's perspective, Matt.
Yeah.
Matthew, come on, it's perspective.
Yep. How about anatomy? Let's get some anatomy going here, all right? Dude, I literally think this character in the middle here is Rob Liefeld because he's kind of got the same like comb over Rob likes to rock.
I'll put up a clip so we can compare.
I'm technically not an educated person.
How am I going to grab you by the short hairs?
Same
Looks
Rob
just
Liefeld
like him,
hair.
dude. Identical. Of course, they all look just like him. Now that we're talking.
100% Rob hair. But good old Robbie L.
That was hilarious. I'm glad he's drawing something.
Then we get into our best cover of the week. We got this cover C, George Molina variant on Batman #7. Joker coming to the Matt Fraction Batman universe. I love me some Joker, but why is it so quick in the Matt Fraction universe? It just seems like if Batman sales are dipping, they give us a Joker story. And I feel like because Absolute is outperforming the main Batman title, they're going to the Joker well already. BK, you've lost all credibility if you think that cover has style. Liefeld
Not a good
definitely
style.
jerks off to all of his art.
Yeah, you could say that.
The black and white version of this is really cool too. Then we got a good Moonstar Joshua Sway Swabby cover here. Definitely a lot better. And it's interesting that of all the New Mutants, she's getting her own spinoff. But definitely a lot better than the previous cover we saw. She doesn't look
I
like
thought
she
it was an
hit a
interesting
brick.
choice too. I don't know. It must have been on the wheel. Shit, Moonstar.
Right.
Right.
And we're getting Star Wars Shadow of Maul prequel book, I'm assuming, or companion book to the series that's coming out. I'm sure you'll hear
Believe
more
it's a
about it
prequel.
tomorrow night on the Star Wars show with Dom and the boys. But I like that Bjorn Bernandez cover for Maul there. I hope he finds me. I really do. Because I will hit him with a Shawn Michaels level Sweet Chin Music. And I will grab him by the short hairs. Then we got this amazing Spider-Man 23 Ivan Talavera Venom cover. I showed this one a few weeks ago. I love this cover. Absolutely love this cover. There is a Lee Bermejo cover this week too, connecting cover over the next couple issues. This is a tie-in to the event they're doing right now with Venom, Carnage, and Death Spiral. I couldn't think of the name of it, but Death Spiral. I
That
love
is
this
cool.
cover.
I like that cover. That's a good one.
Sydney Sweeney, if she dyed her hair red and played Mary Jane, she's
Probably
got the bored
better
face.
choice than whatever she did in Madam Web.
That's right, Buffy. You got it. Sweet Chin Music, because Liefeld never sees feet. We got this Wolverine 17, the Sanford Green Doom homage variant. If you remember how popular that Doom cover was, now they're doing a Wolverine one with Kitty Pryde and Weapon X on it. So I expect this cover to probably go nuts next week as well. We'll see. I really like it though.
It's all right. Not bad.
Then we got this Walking Dead Julia Tontino Tedesco variant for the deluxe of Alpha. That's cool. I wish they had this cover when the Walking Dead, this issue originally came out, but it's still cool that they're redoing them all in color. I really like this Alpha cover. Then we got this sweet Derek Chu Cyclops Virgin variant on X-Men 26. It's not often we get a really badass Cyclops cover, but Derek Chu delivered on that one. So, JR looking to clutch you and come on, man.
That does look cool. Kind of reminds me of the old X-Men arcade game.
A little bit, yeah. Although he does kind of look a little Power Rangers-ish with his stance there, but still.
He's going into Dino Thunder mode.
Liefeld would never go after Matt since Rob and Kyle are good friends. Oh, man. Then we got this Batgirl K Young Man cardstock cover. I like that a lot. Batgirl 17, baby.
Why are her boobs shiny?
Well, it makes sense in story. You
Yeah.
need to read.
Oh,
You need to
okay.
read it. You need to read it, Sticks.
Okay.
Only you would
Fair enough.
complain about shiny boobs, Sticks. All right.
Just asking a question. Doesn't mean I'm complaining. Just asking a question.
Poison Ivy 432. We got this new Bavitch card stock cover. Poison Ivy is getting ready to be the mayor of Gotham City. Moving into the big event that they announced at Comics Pro last week. So there you go. Gotham's new mayor, Poison Ivy, right there. Pamela Isley. Beautiful new Bavitch. We get this cover B, Carlos Bargolarian variant on the Flash number 12. Or Absolute Flash number 12. I think that's very cool, very comic booky. Then we got Nectar. This is the book to watch. I'm already seeing people on the spec market talk about this Nectar number 1. So if you were looking to, if you missed the train on Dork or White Skies or whatever books came out this week,
Yeah.
this is the one to keep an eye on. Nectar number 1. And this cover F-150 Jonathan Waysack black and white version.
Apparently, it's selling online between $20 and $40.
Yeah,
Well, just
see,
the last
it's
couple days.
already going crazy. So be on the lookout for this Nectar number 1 and don't miss out so you don't end up like the rest of us with Dork and White Skies and all these other books. Pete pre-ordered all the copies of Nectar, probably. So that's it for our best and worst covers of the week. Now we got our first appearances this week. We only got a couple here. We had Spider-Man Death Spiral. We had the first appearance of Torment, a new serial killer. I did a breakdown review of this on my channel. I fully believe I know who Torment is already. If you read God, I can't think of his name now. Charles Soule's Eddie Brock Carnage run. I think that Torment is actually Muse fused with a piece of the Carnage symbiote. Because there's a panel in issue 10 where Carnage is going after Muse because he wants Muse to be his new host. And Muse cuts a piece of the symbiote off, and Carnage cuts Muse's hand off, and Muse escapes. And I think that this is Muse infused with the Carnage symbiote. But we won't know until May because this is supposed to be a 9-issue event, and they added a 10th issue just so I shouldn't say Muse, just so Torment could have his very own complete origin issue. So we get to find out the terrifying origin of Torment in May. Got to wait all the way till May for that. Then we have Inglorious X-Force. We got the first appearance of Callie right here. She is a leader of the Mutant Liberation Front. So there you go. Still making new mutants here. And then we got Predator Bloodshed. We got the first appearance of a deadly predator who will compete against Earth's fighters in an underground martial arts tournament. Mortal Kombat much?
Right.
He will compete in Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
By the way, Mortal Kombat 2 trailer, that movie looks like hot dog shit. Just throw it out there right now.
Another Annihilation.
Yeah. Carl Urban was not the right call on Johnny Cage from the trailer. Just not, no. Hot dog shit. Looks like hot dog shit. That was my comic book picks of the week. And of course, Absolute Wonder Woman 17 is a high stakes, action packed battle issue that pushes Diana into one of her toughest confrontations yet, stripping her of her usual advantages early on. She's forced to face off against an assembled crew led by Zatanna's magical interference, and members like Giganta, Cheetah, and others threaten to turn this chapter into a spectacle of power, combat, and tactical heroism. It was a great read, as Wonder Woman usually is. Then, of course, Wrestle Heist. If you're a professional wrestling fan and a comic book fan, how are you not reading Wrestle Heist by Kyle Starks? If you haven't checked out our interview with Kyle Starks yet from a few weeks ago, go back and do that because it was super good, super informative. He loves pro wrestling. He loves comics. Great all the way around. Great issue of Wrestle Heist. Then my book of the week, the one that everyone missed out on that's blowing up the charts is Ted OK from Mad Cave. It follows Ted, who's kind of like this disgruntled worker. He's a little unsettled and he's got a psychological problem and potentially maybe abducted by aliens. And it follows Sarah, who works for this company whose sole job is to monitor people all day, and how she starts to kind of obsess over Ted and starts following him more than she should, and how things take an unexpected spiral in interesting ways. Really good read, a lot of fun. It was a lot different than I thought it was going to be. I would definitely recommend, if you can get your hands on Is Ted OK, even if it's a digital copy, check it out. It's definitely worth the read if you're seeking something other than superhero stuff. And then we just talked about Death Spiral, but Spider-Man Death Spiral. It was good, a little bit all over the place. A lot of setup for this, but it does bring Mary Jane's Venom face to face with Eddie Brock and Carnage, and Peter Parker back on Earth, dealing with the events that we just got done with in Spider-Man, where he's trying to put his life back together after being in space and having Ben Reilly betray Peter Parker and Norman Osborn as Spider-Man. It's kind of him going through all that to put his life back in balance as he gets ready to face off this new threat of Torment. So definitely worth checking out, especially if you're going to read Death Spiral over the next couple issues of Amazing Spider-Man and Venom. And that's it for my picks of the week. Now we're going to hand it to Sam to tell us what song he's going to rap tonight. And I feel like there's a theme of the night for Sam's segment.
All right. I don't know what order you put them in, but first up, we got We Are the Champions, and then All I Do Is Win. So here we go.
Did you know this is technically a Ludacris song?
Yes.
I did not know that until I looked it up.
DJ Khaled. All right, let me zoom in.
I have faith that you've actually heard these ones before, unlike last week.
Yes.
Okay, good.
You better have heard this one.
I paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime and made mistakes. I've made a few. I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I've come through. And I mean to go on and on. Oh, my voice is rough from screaming at my games, by the way. We are the champions, my friends.
Boom, boom, boom.
And we'll keep on fighting till the end. Wah, wah, wah. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world.
Bleeding from my ears.
All right, here we go. DJ Khaled. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step into the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay, yeah. And they stay there, up, down, up, down, up, down. 'Cause all I do is win, 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 win. And if you're gonna put your hands in the air, make them stay there. Listen. Ludacris going in on the verse, 'cause I've never been defeated and I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that didn't make it, not folks locked down. I never went nowhere but the saying, Luda's back. Blame on the conjure and the hood con Luda Knack. Is that what that says? Knack. And I'm on the foolish track, so I'm spitting my foolish flow. My hands are going up and down like strippers' booties go. My voice is still serving tight like million virgins. Last time on the College remix, now I'm on the original version. Can't never count me out. Y'all better count me in. Got 20 bank accounts count me in. Make millions every year. Yeah, the South's champion. Because all I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step into the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Because all I do is win. And if you're going to put your hands in the air, make them stay there. All right.
Nice, Sam. Good job. We only lost half our viewers during that. Smashed it. There's the trophy.
Is that true? Is that true?
All right. And that brings us to our final segment of the night, the segment that makes everyone say, I don't want to talk about dudes and hot chicks. I just want to talk about comics and sends them running for the hills. It's time for Missed Connections. Tyson, I don't see anyone winning tonight.
Man who wants to suck a banana. South LA, Southgate, Gardena, Hawthorne, South LA. I'm a man. And I'd love to suck on a nice, delicious banana. If you're interested, let's connect, right?
I like that he's got to question himself at that, right?
Question.
I'm a man.
It's ma'am.
Ma'am.
It's ma'am. Big breasts wanted. Fayetteville. Hopes Mills. White male here. Need some nice big titties in my mouth. Hit me up, please.
Man's thirsty.
Man.
Hey,
He
you
knows
know
what he
what?
wants.
Hey, if you never ask, you'll never be told yes.
100% right.
Or
You
no.
miss 100% of shots.
100% of shots you don't take. Yeah, that's right.
Thanks, Wayne Gretzky.
Question. New brothels. I am a man, and I want to see a male doctor. As he was talking to me, he kept playing with his crotch and adjusting himself. What does that mean? Was he just nervous? Is it just a habit? Was he telling me that he was interested? Or was it just wishful thinking on my part? Our repairman kept doing that at my house the other day, too. I'm interested in both, but didn't say or react to either. Did I miss an opportunity? I enjoy other men's butts and bulges.
Is this an alien? Is this an alien?
It might be.
I am a man, and I went to see a male doctor. Come on. I am interested in both, but didn't say or react to either. This guy's a robot.
What?
needs
What?
to-
It's the dude from last week's topic starter. I'm a human being.
I'm
I'm
feel
happy.
I
I'm
feel
healthy. I'm a human being.
He needs to do a CAPTCHA so we know that this is a real person.
I am a man. I like men's butts and bulges. I am a man doctor. Oh.
Watch me, Vidor. I like to be watched while I jail. Jail.
Thanks for letting us know your kinky fetish. Pervert. May I eat your pussy in the parking lot? Don't care about age, looks, race, hairy, bald, whatever. Just be willing to let me eat it the minute we meet. I think you should care about age, dude. I think age should probably be like the most important part.
Yeah, let's
On your
maybe
listener.
bump that up to the top
Yeah.
list of things to care about.
Yeah. You know, maybe don't care about most things. You could say don't care about looks, race, hairy, bald, whatever. Age is important. Must be over 18. You might save yourself a
Yeah,
lot
and
of
under 75. Let's also do
yeah.
that.
You might save yourself a lot of court time and jail sentences.
Yes.
This is elder.
I
abuse.
agree with that.
But
White Daddy on a truck near West Pompano.
Pompano.
You were driving a truck with a huge tool. You were looking for a spot to park it, and I helped you. Hit me up again if you see this. Garage still available. You told you would need help parking a couple of times more. M for M. Nice garage, you told me.
Sticks.
hey, this is a nice garage. Hey, this is a nice garage. This is a nice garage. Can you
can park
breathe
two
through
in
this
here.
thing? Can you breathe through this anus? This is a nice garage, guys.
Sticks is getting a lot of fun euphemisms in his.
I'm gonna just
Mine are-
park right in here.
Yours and
This is a
mine are
nice
just like
garage.
outright. No euphemism, no colorful language. It's just straight to the point.
Absolutely. That's how Sticks likes it.
I like the euphemism.
All right, that's it. That's our show.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Yes, congratulations to Sam and his flag football team on becoming the champions.
We are the champions, my
Yes, sir.
friends.
Good to see Fidel back. Gotta say thank you and what's up to GT Key Comic. Thank you to TK. Thank you to Ed. Thank you to Tyson. Thank you to Corbin. Thank you to BK. Thank you to Jones. That's a new person I have never seen in chat before. X-Men Factor #1. What's going on?
Welcome in.
Cosmic, Tadish Kevin, Carday West, everybody who's in the chat, Luke Space. What's good? Thank you everyone for hanging out tonight and commenting in the chat. If you want more from us, you can catch all of Pete's shorts throughout the week. You can check out Dom, Marco, and the boys tomorrow night on the Star Wars show, where I'm sure they'll be talking all things Darth Maul. You can check out more from Pete throughout the week. You can check out Sticks on his channel on Tuesday nights or doing his Doctor Who Rewind. You can check out me, Sticks, and Dom every Thursday night on Sticks and I respective channels as we talk about the greatness that is wrestling. We're going to be doing our recap of Elimination Chamber, which is currently going on right now. And then, of course, you can check out Sticks, Jedi, Dom, and the boys every Friday night for the Old Man Show. Get off my lawn. I'm sorry. I mean, the Qualified.
Yep.
Friday nights. That's usually followed right after the CBSI Hot 10 list, which brings you right back here full circle to us next Saturday night for a brand new episode of Saturday Night Special. Can you already believe we're in March? Like, we're already flying through. We're 3 months into the new year already, and it feels like Christmas was just last week. Crazy.
Right? Yeah.
Crazy.
Flying by.
But no matter how crazy the world is, we'll be here for you guys next Saturday night.
Yep.
And with that being said, Sam, take us out with some words of wisdom tonight.
Word of wisdom is enjoy the victories. I was talking to my wife on the way home. A lot of times people play not to lose. But in life, sometimes you just got to play to win. Don't play the battle of attrition. Play for success. And this was one of them. And I hope you guys are playing to win. I hope you're not playing just to not lose. I hope you're playing to win.
Very good.
Very
Well
good
said.
sentiment. Play to win. Don't play to tie. Don't play to lose. Because
Win.
all Sam does is win, win, win.
All I do
No
is
matter
win, no matter what.
Have a great night, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you guys next Saturday with more douche chills that only you can get right here on Renovision.
Either you've got me confused with somebody else, or this is a joke.